Thank you to RSF1090 for their generous donation on Patreon. If you would like to join them in their generosity, the link to my Patreon page is in the description. Welcome to Crap Back to Tennis Ace. My name is Takahiko, the trained unprofessional, and I am just gonna keep going. That's the whole shit. That's all I'm saying. So let's go on. The school bell finally rings, marking the end of the last day of midterms. God, this whole week sucked. Exam weeks always suck. It's not like the tests were particularly hard, but man, are they ever annoying. And June spent pretty much the entire week in a catatonic state. I'm really afraid for his grades just watching his body language. June-kun, keep fighting. Oh, fuck. Let me get a drink before I have to fucking do this shit.
Everyone, please pass your papers along. Hopefully we won't have anyone failing right from the get-go.
Most students have such defeated looks on their faces. Meanwhile, the stag doesn't seem to care at all. Sometimes I think he might secretly enjoy watching our misery. I maintain that teachers as a whole are all evil. Oh, fuck.
Hopefully your tests should be out by the end of the week. Anyone who scored below 50 will have to take remedial lessons on their failing subjects after class. Hopefully it doesn't come to it for anyone in this classroom.
I doubt anyone is even listening at this point. Gives them the same spiel every year. People have learned to tune it out by this point.
Other than that,
clap. Fuck me.
Other than that, club activities will restart on Monday. You are all dismissed for today.
He walks out of the room, carrying all of our exams with him. Everyone's hopes and dreams. As soon as he leaves, the class lets out a collective sigh of relief. I feel like we've heard the same basic setup before. This is one of those days where everything converges, isn't it? I hang back for a couple of minutes, letting my brain rest for a bit before I try to think of any more complex thoughts. And also because I talked to some of my classmates so we can compare answers. From what I can gather, there seems to be barely any consensus on the answers for today's tests. I don't know whether I think that's a good or bad thing. Oh, Christ. No, June.
I think I just lost a few years from my life.
As I'm heading back to my desk to pick up my bag, I see June slumped on his, looking completely defeated. You okay there, big guy?
I've barely gotten any sleep this past week.
Oh, come on, it can't have been that bad.
The last time I slept was on Wednesday.
I take it back. That is really bad. I don't like seeing him with those eyes. Those eyes are freaking me out, man. You should head home and try to relax.
Yeah, I kept telling myself I'd rehearse as soon as tests ended, but I don't feel like I have the energy for that.
I give him a few comforting pats on the back, feeling sorry for the poor tiger. Hang in there, I'm sure you done your best.
I really need to get better with studying.
Maybe look into getting a tutor.
Yeah. What are you gonna what are you going to be doing with the rest of your day, Cleveland-san?
I'm unsure. I wanted to spend time with Shuichi, but we haven't talked much this week since he's so busy. He basically keeps his phone turned off whenever he's studying, so no one will disturb him.
Keeping his phone turned off? That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Man, you really need a good lesson in self-discipline if you have any chance of actually graduating. That's not a fucking nice thing to say, dude.
You're telling me like that like I don't already know.
Do you have any idea how well you did on the tests?
Probably not well at all. I could barely even understand some of the questions.
That doesn't exactly make me hopeful.
Is there any chance they'll give me a do-over if I pretend like I was sick and on bed rest this week?
You literally already came to class and took the tests. They'll know it's a lie.
Oh, right. That's a good point.
Oh God, his brain must be really fried right now. June might be a little oblivious, but that was just downright stupid. Well, I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm ditching you, but I'm gonna try checking up on Shoichi. Hopefully he'll have some free time now.
Nah, you're not ditching me. I really need to get home and rest for a bit. Good luck with Shuichi-san.
Thanks. Do be careful when crossing the streets. Fuck you! No! Stop fucking alluding to that, man! Damn it! Don't need you being run over because you weren't paying attention. God, just fuck you! Fuck you! That was a traumatic fuck moment for me. You don't... Fuck you!
Please don't say something some morbid with a smile on your face.
Yeah, no shit! God damn it! Fuck! The hallways are filled with students heading home. Usually a lot of the student body sticks around after class, either staying in their classroom to chat or maybe going to their clubs. But this is a mass exodus. Mass exodus. Not that I blame them. Who would want to stay here after a whole week of tests? Most of the people I see are dragging their feet, looking absolutely exhausted. Midterms are no joke. They're a student's worst nightmare. I make my way to Shuichi's classroom. Hopefully, he won't have bailed already. Oh, Cleveland-kun, is this just the birthday conversation? Is this... okay. On my way over there, I somehow run into Keisuke and Saya walking together and chatting. Since her class is between mine and Shuichi's, and I'm going the opposite direction, I guess it's not too weird that I'd find her here, but... what is Keisuke doing on this floor? Hey there, Kei-kun. Oh no, hey there. Kei-kun, I'm surprised to see you of all people here.
What? Why?
I know you're smart, but I didn't expect to find you taking the seniors midterm.
Ah, that's what you mean. Obviously, I wasn't. I just came up to your floor to try to talk to Arata.
Yeah, and I bumped into him on my way, and we spent a few minutes chatting. Happy coincidence, huh?
Yeah, coincidence. And then you bumped into me on the way back. A three-way coincidence. Don't call it that. All right, fine. Either way, how'd you guys do with your tests?
I did my best. Hopefully that'll be enough.
You've always been really good with your academics, so I doubt you'll do badly.
Thanks. That helps cheer me up a bit.
I'm pretty sure I'll do well. I've been reviewing the subjects quite often the past month, and I have a very good grasp on it.
Wow, good to see at least someone is calm about it.
Jun-kun is probably freaking out, huh?
You have no idea. If I squinted and turned my head just right, I could barely make out the smoke coming out of his head.
Hopefully that doesn't mean he's crashed and burned.
I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. God damn it with the goddamn illusions.
That bad?
Yesterday I tried asking him about his exponential map, since one of the questions in the math test was about exponential functions. He thought I was talking about a game called Exponential that had a map in it.
You're kidding.
I wish I was. Then I could at least laugh it off since it sounds absolutely ridiculous.
That's pretty bad, yeah. I'm really worried for Jun-kun now.
Academically or just in general?
Both.
Yeah, that's understandable. I love the dude, but he seems to have no control over his life most of the time.
How about you? It probably was super easy for you, like always, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Did you even study at all?
I did review the subject a little bit the days before, but not much other than that.
I hate how you can barely study and still do well.
You wouldn't be the first to tell me that.
I do 2 to 4 hours review and study every day when I come home from school. It's so unfair that you can get by with barely anything.
I can't help that I'm good at retaining information.
Where are you going, anyway? The exit's the other way.
I was planning on meeting up with Shuichi. Saya laughs and squeals, making Kei-kun look at her funny, but otherwise she remains completely silent.
That was weird.
You think so? I can't tell anymore.
Hey, Kei-kun, didn't you say you had someone waiting to pick you up at the gate?
Oh, right, I'd almost completely forgotten. If you two will excuse me, I need to go.
Alright, catch you later.
Bye-bye.
As soon as he walks away, Saya starts smiling from ear to ear. Staring at her smile like this is really starting to creep me out too. What are you doing?
Checking up on the boyfriend, are we? That's so cute! Yes, please, say it louder. I think there's deaf children in America that didn't hear you the first time. What? That wasn't even that loud. I look around me for any signs of people having overheard us. No heads turning our way, so I guess that's a good sign. You worry too much. And you're way too carefree about this stuff. Nah, I'm just the right amount of carefree.
Whatever you say. Is this why you casually reminded K-kun he needed to leave, so you could talk freely about it?
Yes, aren't I sneaky?
A veritable modern-day ninja.
Anyway, I wish I could hang out with you guys, but I'm sure you two mustn't have had time to yourself this week, so I'll give you two some space. Well, and I also really need to pick up a shift at the diner today. I didn't do any over the past week, and I'm a bit strapped for cash. See you later, Cleveland-kun. Go get 'em!
Dots. I think I liked it better when she didn't know about us. Let's see, hopefully Shuichi will still be in here. Wow, there are quite a few students still in here. Are they studying? Oh, Cleveland-kun, what are you doing here? I don't know who's saying it. Oh, Christ. Extra 1 and extra 2. And actually, these are band members. A voice calls my attention on the other side of the classroom where I see a familiar figure. Minazuki, you're in this class?
Me? Pff, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. I'm just visiting a friend who is.
She points to the Raven sitting at the desk she's sitting on. I don't think I've ever seen him before. No, wait. Isn't it the bassist of the band that performed during the festival?
Yep. Takahiko-kun is the band's leader.
Oh, God. I don't remember his voice.
That is not true.
Shh, just roll with it. It gives you more respect.
Well, I guess it makes sense. You two would be friends since you're both in the band. I was already shocked you of all people would be in a band, though. The Calico laughs.
Hopefully you enjoyed the performance. From what I heard, our manager is your friend, too.
Oh, it's so sad. He didn't fucking sing because they were not on his route. Oh yeah, Keikun mentioned he joined your band as the manager.
He's the one who composed the song I sang, too. Sadly, I asked him to fill in for me as a singer the day of the show, but he refused.
Ah, wait, what? Why would you ask him that?
She said she had lost her voice the day of the show, and instead of calling it off, she had just waltzed into a doctor's office and made him fill her with meds so she could still sing.
What?
It's not my fault. We couldn't just cancel the performance, and Kei-chan didn't want to sing.
The Raven sighs.
If you say so, I still disapprove. Either way, did you come here for some reason in particular, Grover?
Ah, right. I forgot his name was Grover. Yeah, I was looking for Shuichi, but I guess he isn't here. I mean, even if I had failed to spot him, he'd have come to me as once he saw me talking to people in his class.
Urata-kun? I didn't see him when I got here, so my guess is he'd already left.
Yes. Maybe you should try the student council room. It's just a hunch, but I think he might have gone there. He didn't seem like he was heading home.
Alright, cool. Thanks for the help.
Kagaho.
Right. Thanks for the help, Kagaho-san. You two have a good day.
Yeah, maybe come watch us rehearse later, Cleveland-kun. I'm sure that would shock and fluster Kei-chan, and I'd love to see that.
You're evil. I like it. She laughs again.
Just throwing this wild idea out there. Maybe don't torment our juniors.
Nah, tormenting him is more fun.
See you guys later. Nice little convergent of storylines there. The secondary building is completely deserted. Yes, it makes sense since clubs are suspended until Monday, but still. Let's see, what floor was the student council room on again? I've only been there a couple of times, and I needed to ask for directions every time. Isn't there anyone around here I could ask? I'll try checking the next... Oh, God. Just as I'm heading to the stairs, I see a familiar white wolf going down. Haruki? What are you doing here? He raises an eyebrow as soon as he sees me.
You suck at greetings.
And you just plain suck. Anyway, I asked a question.
I was meeting up with someone.
Was it with Shuichi?
What? No. I already get enough of him in volleyball practice. Why would I want to see him outside of that?
Is this one of those mysterious other friends you said you have?
Yes. And why are you even talking to me in the first place?
It's impolite to pass by someone you know without greeting them. The wolf rolls his eyes.
Who gives a crap about that?
Hey, if you didn't want to talk to me, you could have just ignored me.
I never said I didn't want to.
This guy's a real tsundere, isn't he? Yo, Haruki, wait for me, you dipshit. I hear a voice shouting from the other floor alongside hurried steps. Oh my. A saber cat comes running down the stairs, panting. That is a lot. I am looking at a lot of person right now. That is a lot.
Jeez, man, I asked you to wait for me. Great. Thanks to you, this door caught up to me.
He looks at me while he speaks. He also gestures to his friend. The tiger finally notices my presence and turns to look at me after catching his breath.
Oh, would you look at that? It's Grover-san.
Please don't call me that. Grover-san is my mother. I'm sure she loves being called that.
I just call him
Let's not. The wolf shrugs. And anyway, have we met?
Nope, but pretty much everyone in this school knows who you are.
I suppose you've got a good point.
Either way, what's a big shot like you talking to this loser?
He points at the wolf with his thumb. Haruki's eyes narrow in a scowl.
Fuck you. You wish, buddy.
Haruki eyes the saber cat with a downright murderous look. Ugh. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to break up a fight right now.
I'm Kiga, by the way. Kiga Kasama. I'm this guy's only friend. Or at least I thought I was. You're not my only friend. I have lots of friends. Lots of friends? You're cool and all, but don't flatter yourself. I'm gonna punch you. Sure you are.
If I were you, I'd stop giving him such a hard time. I wouldn't put it past him.
Nah, it's alright. Little Wolfie here is tame.
Oh dear lord, this guy has a death wish. Haruki's neck fur is bristled, his tail lashing, and he's burying his fangs. For the love of all that is sacred, shut up!
Anyway, not important. Haru, why didn't you tell me you knew... Should I just call you Cleveland-san?
Yes, that's fine. Also, Haru?
Fuck off. I don't have to tell you every detail of my life. Also, this guy's just an annoyance that pops up every now and again. Hardly worth a mention.
That was a little uncalled for.
Fuck you. Just give me the silent treatment either. I see you found his weakness already. Keep ignoring him. Drives him crazy. I've ditched you once. I can do it again. Point taken. And you.
He turns to me with fury in his eyes. Oh, he's not gonna turn his annoyances on me, is he? I swear I'm innocent. I'm not the one giving you a hard time.
Weren't you on your way to see the dog?
But I didn't tell you that.
Why else would you be here?
Hey, when I asked you the same thing, you took offense to it.
He takes offense to everything. Don't take it personally.
Dots. Wow, Haruki is just silently fuming while glaring at this guy. Is this the secret code to dealing with Haruki? Where was this knowledge all along? Is there a manual hidden somewhere?
I still wish you'd told me you knew Cleveland-san. I've been wanting to talk to him for a while now.
You have? Haruki rolls his eyes.
Yeah, you're a guy that thrives on attention, right? How would you feel about standing center stage?
What?
Here comes the sales pitch. You know, I think you'd be perfect for the drama club. You've got this confident aura around you, you're handsome, the girls would love you.
What?
That's the exact same speech you gave me 5 minutes ago. It's why I ditched you in the first place. Hey, it's true, you both fit the criteria. What do you say, Cleveland-san?
I say... I'm confused.
Come on, just say yes. Our club is in need for more guys. We're almost all women in there.
Sorry, dude. I already have my hands full. Not joining a new club.
No, worth a shot. You're already trying to recruit me over a dozen times. It's not just a shot. I'm persistent. It's a good trait I have. It's annoying. Say, is Haru right? Are you on your way to meet the student council president?
Yeah, why?
I wonder if he'd be willing to join the drama club.
Haruki and I both groan at the same time.
You already asked him that once. For the sake of full disclosure, I've asked him more than once. You just weren't around for the other times.
You know Shuichi?
Sure, I'm in the student council too, so I see him almost every day.
Oh. How do you even have time to tend to both clubs at the same time?
I'm pretty sure you know how much Prez is juggling. Do you really find 2 clubs all that impressive?
Well, it's not like it's a competition.
Yeah, if you say so, pup.
Pup?
Come on, we're leaving, remember?
The wolf sighs, glaring at Kiga. Why does the tiger have so many fucking expressions, but Haruki, the guy that we actually deal with more often, doesn't? I don't know.
What is it this time? No, nothing in particular. Just that now I got to thinking about it, Prez shouldn't have any reason to be in the student council room.
He doesn't? They already checked his classroom. They said they thought he came here.
I really hope he's not doing what I think he is.
What do you think he is? What are you talking about?
He has this terrible habit of hoarding work. We caught him a few times just keeping quiet about issues that needed to be fixed so he could do it when no one was looking. I thought that after we basically staked an intervention and forced him to take a day off, he'd stop doing that.
Wait, I think I remember that. Wasn't that back in April? There's no way I could forget that sort of thing. It was the day he came to pick me up before class. Shuichi having free time that early in the morning and not being at school is a damn miracle already.
Yep. I was the one who spearheaded that motion, because he'd been overworking himself really hard, and that's not healthy. Of course, someone else had to go and screw up some papers, and so we had to whisk him back.
Doesn't sound like that worked out all that well for you.
You're telling me. That's great. Really lovely story. Can we go now? Wouldn't you mind hanging back for a bit? I kinda wanna go with Cleveland-san to see if he's really right there right now. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm gonna ditch you. Is that so? Fine by me. Go ahead and leave.
Dots. Haruki glances at the exit for a few seconds, but otherwise stays rooted to the spot.
I hate you. I knew it. Anyway, if you do the honors, Cleveland-san.
Sure. The saber cat makes a gesture towards the stairs as if asking me to go first, and I follow him through it. The 3 of us quickly make our way to the student council room. As soon as we try to open the door, we find it unlocked.
Yep, someone's inside. This door should have been locked otherwise.
We quickly go inside, and there he is. Oh boy, glasses and all. What? Cleveland? I quickly find Shuichi sitting at the table, a stack of papers next to him.
Bingo. What the hell are those glasses?
Haruki starts laughing as soon as his eyes fall on Shuichi's eyewear. What on earth is going on here? Kasama-kun and Haruki? Okay, Kasama I can understand, but what on earth are you doing here, Haruki?
Haruki? It's me. These 2 idiots are the ones who dragged me here. We ran into Cleveland-san when we were leaving the building. He told us he came here looking for you. I thought it was weird you'd be here since you're the one who said we didn't need to show up today because all the work was taken care of.
I can explain. I just...
Take those glasses off before you start talking, dumbass. You look like a dork.
Haruki, shut up!
You shut up. Don't tell me what to do,
word I refuse to say. Nice. Real classy move. There, you happy now?
I'm not unhappy. Prez, you lied to us.
Well, lie is a really strong word.
Oh, what would you call it then?
Okay, you got me there.
How much?
How much what?
How much work needs to be done?
It's not much. It's something I can handle in 20 minutes.
30 at most. Great. Then we can do it in 15 if I help. But you don't have to. I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. Besides, I plan on running for council president next year, and I'm going to have a hard time if I have no idea what needs to be done. Right. You're kidding, right? You had 1 foot out the door already, and now you want to stay here for 15 more minutes? We were supposed to go to the arcade. Hey, if you want to leave faster, you can always pitch in and help. Are you crazy? Absolutely not. Well, at least I tried. Cleveland's on? Sure, oh, I'm helping. Cleves? No way! What? I'm already here anyway, might as well. You guys are killing me here. I don't want to bother anyone with this. I'm a member. This is literally my job. Fine. The three of us take seats at the table, with Kiga quickly snatching away the pile of papers from Shuichi and dividing it among us. Haruki, of course, wants no part in it. Instead, he just leans back in his chair and puts his feet on the table. Please don't do the bite me. Shuichi's attempt at parley is quickly rebuffed. Don't even bother, he doesn't listen to anyone. You're goddamn right. Somehow, Haruki is a lot harder to take seriously when he's around the saber cat. He goes from acting like a delinquent to looking like a petulant child. Scary difference. Is that it? This stuff is really easy to solve. Hence why I wanted to handle it on my own. Nope, you already have a lot on your plate. Don't need to add more to it. By the way, Kiga-kun, you said you planned on running for president next year. That's right. I've been here since my freshman year, so I already have a good idea on how stuff works and the workload involved. Besides, I'm Prez's right-hand man. Wow, really? That's impressive. He's not wrong. He's been especially helpful lately after the other seniors quit. I guess that means Keisuke already has some competition. Don't tell him I said this, but I don't see him winning the elections. That's kinda sad. Like I'm gonna lose to some guy who hasn't stepped foot in the council before. No one would be crazy enough to vote for him. Do you know Keikun? We were classmates last year. A guy is crazy, stuck up, barely talks to anyone, too. Sounds like Keikun, alright. By the way, Prez, I don't know I don't know if you know this, but the school play is coming up, and I think... Please don't! I'm getting really tired of having to turn you down. Jeez, you're not even gonna let me finish? I told you, the sales pitch is getting old and annoying. You should really cut that out. Never. With enough perseverance, I'm sure I can get my way. That's kind of a creepy thing to say. Welcome to my world. Come on, our budget's already been slashed and we need more guys for the next play. At least give it a try. I already said no. Stop being pushy. But no, everyone says. Our voices echo in unison, leaving the saber cat in stunned silence. Jeez, you guys are mean. No, you're just annoyingly persistent. Annoying? What are you talking about? It's one of my best qualities. Not in a million years. Wow, that's rude. Just do your job in silence. You're not even working. Far as I know, you're the only one here that doesn't get a say. We clear? Fuck off. Are you sure you two are friends? Yeah, best buds. Why do you ask? Best buds my ass. See, the puppy agrees. You call me puppy one more time and I'll have you eating through a straw. Point taken. Huh. I didn't know you two were friends. I guess I can see how that dynamic would work. At least now I know our friend group isn't the only dysfunctional one. Who are you calling dysfunctional, huh? The wolf sits up in his chair and glares at Shuichi. My mistake. You guys are the very picture of normalcy. Sorry about that. Haruki has a bit of a temper. What? No way! Get out of here. Don't call me Haruki. Ah, come on, don't be that way, Haruki. You know you love it. Oh, his fur is bristling up again. Seriously, it's like sitting right next to the ticking time bomb.
Let's just focus on getting this done fast, please. Really don't want to have to break up a fight right now.
Sure, I can be quiet.
Can you? Where's that information been this whole time?
Up your butt. Now, if you're gonna help, at least do shut up.
Oh, damn. Haruki cracks his knuckles and leans forward on his seat, but he stays silent. But he stays at that. Shuichi and I stare between the two of them with a sudden sense of tension. Seriously, being around these two isn't good for my heart. Sometime later. Somehow, I don't know how, we all managed to finish up the work and exit the building with all limbs still attached. Those were the tensest 20 minutes of my life, I'll say.
You're slipping a little, Prez. You said you'd take 20 to 30 minutes to do all the work by yourself, but it still took us 20 with the three of us working on it.
I was otherwise preoccupied.
We both were. How so?
Let's just leave it at that. As they say, ignorance is bliss.
God, that was really, really boring. How do you two manage to do that sort of thing every day?
The hell are you talking about? You didn't do anything. You just browsed your phone the whole time.
Exactly, and I was still bored. Imagine if I were doing actual work.
If you guys will excuse us, I really need to get away from you two as fast as possible.
What? That's kinda rude.
Like you tried to come up with an excuse and decided halfway that you weren't gonna bother.
That's about how done I am with you two right now.
What did we do? Or what did we do?
Whatever, I don't fucking care. It's just too much tension for us to deal with.
Tension?
The fact that you don't even realize what we're talking about scares me a little bit, not gonna lie.
It's not like we're missing out on anything.
Just let the homos be, Jesus. What? Haruki! Shuichi's face immediately drains of color when the wolf calls us that.
Do I need to wash your mouth with soap? You insult basically everyone that talks to you.
However, it seems to completely fly over the saber cat's head. Haruki probably calls far too many people that for Kiga to even notice. Like, not a blip on his gaydar.
Fuck off, I'll curse however much I want.
You knew you. As in literally no one else would want to do you except for maybe you.
Like I care.
You really need to get laid.
And you really need to mind your own business.
Okay, as pleasant as this whole experience has been, we really should get going. In the meantime, do try not to kill each other.
Yeah, he would never. He loves me too much.
That's right, keep testing me, see what happens.
See you two later.
Okay, see you Monday, Prez.
Yep, see ya.
Later, cock waffles.
We walk away as fast as we can't. What? Without looking like we're purposely trying to get away as fast as we can. That sentence had a stroke. Did he just call us cock waffles? Yep. What does that even mean? Beats me. Probably nothing nice, that's for sure. Was it just me, or did Haruki sound a bit more childish than usual? Nope, it wasn't just you. Kiga's probably grabbed the wolf by the balls, so to speak. I've never seen him act tamer. Is that an actual saying? Probably somewhere in the world, yeah. I'm too exhausted from the tension to find it funny. I feel you. Shuichi stretches his arms for a bit, rotating his shoulders and yawning. Man, it's good to finally be moving again. What were you even doing there? I didn't think you'd go right to work as soon as the tests ended. I was feeling a little restless all week, not having time to work on stuff, so I decided to give everyone a day off and get to work myself. You are a legitimate workaholic. I can't disagree with you there. Speaking of, how did you fare in the tests? I think I did well. I'll probably get at least 90 on them. A 90. That's pretty good. Your dad should be persuaded by grades that high. I wish I could feel more confident of that. You don't have to be so negative. You'll just drive yourself crazy like that. I guess. Sorry, I'm not used to not obsessing about my problems. Jesus, you really are a type A personality. You need to let loose a little. Believe me, I would if I knew how. Sounds like your dad managed to impart quite a few neuroses on you over the years. Is there something we could do together? Or, wait, does Shuichi even have time? By the way, are you free right now? No, sorry, I have to be mindful of my curfew, remember? Yeah, I was afraid of that. Was there anything you wanted? For starters, to spend time with my boyfriend. Sorry, I can't. Unless what? Well, you could come over, maybe? Isn't your dad gonna be home? Yeah, but he likes you, so he won't mind you coming over. We just can't be too obvious when he's around. That might prove difficult. Really? How come? Are you really gonna be able to keep your hands off of me? Remember, I'm quite a catch. Yes, I will. You sure? More and more sure with each passing second. Okay, then I guess I can visit after all. I have half a mind to cancel my offer. Nope, too late, no backsies. It's not long before we get to Shuichi's house. Thank God he lives nearby the school. I really wasn't in the mood to grab a bus or anything of the sorts. Dad, I'm home. So, where's your time clock? I'm assuming he has you punching one to make sure you're abiding by your curfew. Har har, aren't you hilarious? There's no response whatsoever. The house is completely quiet as far as I can tell. Maybe he's not home. No, I can see his briefcase on the couch. He's probably just taking a nap. Does that after work sometimes? I wasn't aware that was a routine. It is. When he has a particularly exhausting day. And usually he's always in a bad mood during those. Here's hoping he reins it in a little since we have a guest. Do I even still count as a guest after 12 years? As far as Dad is concerned, even Hitoka is probably a guest. That's just cold. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go get changed. Be right back. You're welcome to do so too if you have a change of clothes with you. I wasn't planning on going anywhere after class, so I didn't bring one. Ah, gotcha. Dots. While Shuichi is away, I take a seat on the armchair, looking around myself for anything that might hold my interest. I've only been here a couple of times before, so the whole place still feels a little alien to me. Can't help but feel a little on edge knowing Takahiko-san is supposed to be home. Not knowing where he is, and him not even knowing that I'm here really makes me anxious. Looking at the nearby coffee table, I spot a little origami box. I pick it up very gingerly, manipulating it between my fingers and examining it with curiosity. Knowing what I know now, this thing suddenly has a very different meaning from the last time I saw it. First time I saw it, I thought it was a bit weird that Shuichi kept all of these, let alone having it immortalized in an acrylic box, but now I find it kind of cute. I still think this thing is super ugly, though. I really wish Shuichi would have framed one of the better ones. Hey, what you looking at? Oh, yeah, I was taking a look at this. The origami? Why? Well, now that I know what I know, kind of got interested in it. Oh, you probably think it's a little creepy, don't you? Nah, I don't think so. Really? Yeah, it's kind of cute. I have to say, I didn't expect that to be your response. Really? What were you expecting? Well, I always had a little voice in my head telling me that it was creepy that I kept all of these for so long. Hell, sometimes that voice didn't come in the back of my mind. It came from my dad criticizing me for wasting so much space in my closet, keeping the box with them. You know what? I can kind of see his point. Right? So, I don't know. It's just not what I expected, I guess. I wasn't crazy this whole time. Somehow I feel a little annoyed to be wrong. And here I thought people would be happy when told that they are not, in fact, acting like obsessive creeps. Hey, I never said it made sense. Hopefully you'll stick with me even if I'm being weird or not making sense or... No, you get the gist. I've already had 12 years experience with that job, and it's 24/7, buddy. Point taken.
Shuichi sits on the couch directly across from me. Despite how tense things were just a bit earlier, thanks to the dynamic duo, he seems really relaxed and happy. Brings a smile to my face just seeing him like that. By the way, are you sure Takahiko-san is home? Yeah, I checked his room when I went to get changed. Since the door was already ajar, he's definitely taking a nap. Or he's dead! Maybe he's dead in there, just laying there dead as dead can be. Just dead dad Deaderson. We hope for small favors. Maybe we should be a little more quiet when we talk then. I wouldn't worry about that. A missile could fall in the neighborhood and he wouldn't wake up. Well, realistically speaking, if a missile fell in the neighborhood, he wouldn't wake up because, he died. Well, of course not. He'd just wake up to find himself dead. How do you wake up to find yourself dead? Dead people don't just wake up. I don't know. Maybe it's some zombie voodoo stuff. Really? Zombie voodoo stuff? That's so incredibly realistic and likely to happen. In my defense, I never claimed it was either of those things. Fair enough. Do you have any plans to talk to your dad about the volleyball club today? No way. Like I told you before, I'm going to leave that for after we get the results. But you already said you did well. Why do you need to wait? You don't really think he's just going to take my word for it, do you? Well, yeah, I do. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. Don't look down on me for not having a weird childhood. You didn't have a weird childhood. No, not at all. Come on, you yourself are weird. By definition, that makes your childhood weird too. Wow, thanks. I feel so loved. You're welcome. Oh God, he's awake. Shuichi. Oh God. Takahiko-san's voice echoes from down the hall and Shuichi immediately jumps to his feet. There he is. God, this makes me uncomfortable. And the fucking music stopped. The older husky walks into the living room, immediately stopping in his tracks when he sees me sitting on his chair. Hey there. Sorry, did we wake you?
No, I set an alarm so I could wake up right about now.
His eyes fall straight on me and he stares at me in silence for a few seconds. Immediately, I begin to feel nervous. I feel like I'm sweating from my forehead.
I didn't know you were coming over, Cleveland.
As soon as those words are spoken, he takes a seat on the couch, right next to the spot Shuichi had been sitting on. Shuichi bites his lip, looking at his father with uncertainty. He looks so nervous around him. Is this all because he brought me over without asking?
What are you doing? You just gonna stand there gaping all day like an idiot? Sit down, boy!
Right. Shuichi quickly goes back to his seat, looking between the two of us. Meanwhile, Takahiko-san is just watching me. I feel really weird being stared at so intently. He spends quite a few seconds in silence. He's always been a very quiet man, and this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but after what Shuichi told me last week when he spent the night, I suddenly feel weird about this whole thing.
So, it was exam week at this school this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Do you suppose you did well?
I think I didn't have a hard time answering the questions, at least.
That's good. Hopefully Shuichi won't do too terrible either.
That's unfair. I always do well in my tests.
And hopefully that streak will remain.
Shuichi's been working really hard and studying a lot. I'm sure he'll do really well.
He could stand to work harder if you ask me. Kids nowadays have no sense of work ethic.
Dad.
What about your sister? Did you check up on her?
Huh? I wasn't aware that I should. Takahiko-san raises a single eyebrow. His expression remains just as unreadable as always. I just can't tell what the man is thinking, especially because he's prone to long periods of silence.
This is her first year in high school. It is your job as her older brother to take care of her. You can't really be that incompetent, can you?
No, and I'm sure she did fine.
How? You just said you didn't check up on her. Or are you just making stuff up now?
I can ask her now.
Forget it. There's no point now.
It's difficult to bite my tongue. I don't know if I tried to say anything, I'd just make things harder for Shoichi, but this kind of crap makes me so furious. I caught a glimpse of it during Takahiko-san's party a while ago, but Shuichi kept steering me away from his father for most of the time. Not to mention the older husky was far too busy entertaining his guests. But now, he's just being vicious, and for no reason. This isn't the Takahiko-san I remember. Is this why Shuichi always refused to let me come over after his parents divorced? What happened here? You know, the first thing Shuichi did after the exams was go and head to the student council room and start working there, alone. Shuichi is the most hardworking person I know. Should cut him some slack. Shuichi chokes, staring at me with wide open eyes and a face of pure shock and terror. Before I even realized what I was doing, I was talking back to Takahiko-san. I just couldn't stand having him talk to Shuichi like this anymore. The man leans forward on his seat, his eyes suddenly growing even colder than usual. He stares at me with pure detachment that I did not think was possible. With a pure detachment that I did not think possible.
Is that so?
He's just saying that. You know how he is. He has a tendency to run his mouth and all. He should just...
I don't believe I was talking to you. Don't speak unless you're spoken to.
Right. Sorry, sir. I feel rage boiling inside of me. I have to physically grip the arms of the chair, otherwise I might actually try to punch this man.
I appreciate that you somehow thought it appropriate to offer me your opinion without being asked. However, I'd appreciate if you didn't try to talk about my son as if I didn't know him.
But you're Cleveland! Shuichi cuts me off, staring at me with pleading eyes. I can already tell he just wants me to shut up more than anything else at this point. I'm just making things harder for him. Even I can tell that Takahiko-san is very annoyed right now, even despite his icy exterior. But... oh, man. Oh, fucking man. That is a hell of a choice, especially to throw at me. The options are, I can't bring myself to stay silent, or I need to be quiet. And Bree's giving me a look right now because we were in a very similar situation to this. I won't go too into detail because not all that needs to be on the internet, but there definitely was a moment where I was in the position of the main character here, of Cleveland, and Bree was in the position of Shuichi, and it was impudent? That's not the word. It was hoped of, expected of, asked of, and demanded of me to be quiet where I could not. And it did make things worse. Although, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. But it doesn't change the fact that I was asked to be quiet, and it did result in worse tensions at the time. Now the problem is this is a very hard question given the circumstances of this particular dynamic of people. So I can't say with all certainty which one of these, good job. I can't say with all certainty which one of these choices is best. That's why I saved. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too... maybe my jaw is just too loose. But there's a big part of me that believes you say what you mean, consequences being what they may, and if at any point Shuichi shouldn't even be in this. This is an abusive household. Have Shuichi stay with us. But as far as what the choice I'm going to make here is, mantra's been what it is for years, pursue the plot. At least the first choice I'm going to make is not bringing myself to stay silent. It's true to me, it's true to what I feel like would be done, and I don't know.
I honestly don't know. But that's why I saved, because at least in this game, I can go back and see what happens if I made the other choice. So let's see. I can't bring myself to stay silent. I can't. I just can't swallow this for even one more minute. Oh God, I feel like this is not the choice I was supposed to make in this game. Basket's writing is very tuned to characters and what they are, and Shuichi does not seem the person to relish in a gesture like this. I can't help but imagine this is going to just make things bad. Is it the right thing to do? I do think so, but is it the right choice for this game? I don't know. Let's see. You're being unfair to him. Of course I'm going to say something. You expect too much. One reason why this might be a good thing to do in theory, but bad given the circumstances, is due to the fact that Shuichi, being a minor, is not in the greatest of positions to just be able to leave. And as such, we would be kicked out, but that would just leave Shuichi alone at home with an abusive parent, unable to leave possibly, or at least perceived that he might not be able to leave. So I am worried, but let us continue.
I expect competence, nothing more. Just as my father expected of me.
I don't care about what kind of baggage you have. You're taking things too far. I've done it now. I've let my temper completely take me over and shout out those last few words. Shuichi whimpers on his seat, clearly horrified. I see a flash of anger go through the older husky's eyes for barely even a second. It's still enough to send a shiver right up my spine.
Is that so?
His voice is even more monotone than usual. The man stands up, looking down on me with a hardened expression. Part of me is sounding an alarm inside my head, telling me I screwed up.
I'll only say this once. So long as he lives under my roof, my son will obey my rules and work to fulfill the high expectations I have of him. I will not have anyone urging him to be a rebellious delinquent. If you cannot follow these rules, fuck me! If you cannot follow these rules, you are not welcome here.
What? You're kicking me out because I asked you to not be a dick to him?
Get out of my house, Grover, and don't come back until you can respect me in here.
You can't be serious, Shuichi, he's being crazy. You're not gonna listen to him, are you? Dots. He immediately looks away from me. Shuichi is pressing himself so far back in the couch, it's almost like he's melting into it. He's clearly so uncomfortable just being here. And he's completely avoiding my gaze. My heart sinks as soon as I see it. Shuichi?
Leave.
Shuichi doesn't speak a single word. It's not like I expected him to go against his father to defend me, but he won't even look at me? Fine. I grab my bag and walk out the door. And that's the end of that day. So, just for the sake of being fickle, being wishy-washy, whatever, let's take a look at what would have happened had I just shut the fuck up. And then I'll leave the episode letting y'all choose amongst yourself what you think is the best choice, and maybe a few of you will tell me what the right one is. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. It hurts. Few times in my life have I ever felt this enraged before. Keeping it in hurts me. I tighten my fist so hard I can feel the nails puncturing the skin of the palm of my hands, for somehow, what the hell, the sting and pain helps me clear my head. Please, sir, you don't have to be so harsh on him. Takahiko-san raises an eyebrow.
You call this harsh? It's not like I'm being unfair. A young boy needs a firm hand to guide him into adulthood. even if it has to go against his will.
What? That's ridiculous! But I can't say that out loud. I can't make things even harder for Shuichi.
What? Is that it? Nothing more to say?
No, sir. The older husky makes a humming noise, examining me with renewed interest.
You say that, and yet I can tell from your face that you have more you want to say.
That's not true, sir.
So you'll just speak your mind, contradict me, and then refuse to say a word. More spunk than sense, I see.
Dad. Takahiko-san raises his head, getting up from his seat.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't have expected better from a household without a father.
Let's just continue before I rip this guy an asshole. I feel like I just had a bucket of cold water thrown all over me. I feel like the blood coursing through my veins itself has suddenly frozen over. I can't believe I just heard someone say that. Takahiko-san stares at me disapprovingly, the same judgmental silence as always.
Regardless, I don't have time to waste like this. If you got no further business here, I would like to ask you to leave. Shuichi needs to study some more to do his chores. Isn't that right?
Shuichi looks up at me. His eyes moist and starting to go red. He's fighting back the urge to cry. Yeah. Should probably head home today, Cleveland. I'm really busy. Takahiko-san nods, the very edge of his lip curving up what I can barely call a smile.
And please, do remember to call ahead the next time you wish to come over.
Makes a gesture towards the door, as if he were inviting me to leave. I look at Shuichi one last time. I feel bad leaving here like this. I did my best to stay silent, and even still, Shuichi nods at me as if saying it's okay for me to leave. Before my heart can hurt even more than it already does, I do as I'm asked. Well, there you have it, folks. The save file on the left, where we said what we said. Probably made things worse, but did what we could. Save file on the right, where we bit our tongue just a little too late. And that's what we got left with. My personal opinion, I would stick with the left one, mainly because it's more important to me to do what's right in a game than to do what is correct according to the way to progress. Quite clearly, Takahiko-san is a shining example of why some people just deserve to be shot in the fucking head. But I'll leave it up to y'all. Which save file do you think follows the right path according to the game? Which one do you think is the right one to go down? Which one do you vote for me to follow? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the Trained Unprofessional, and you're not. Stay safe, everyone.